Welcome to the Los Olivos Wine Merchant and Cafe, where you not only get to taste California Central Coast wines, but you also get to meet the winemakers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Today we have Fabian Bravo of Brander Winery. Fabian, can you sum yourself up in one word, the essence of who you are and how that might get infused into your winemaking and making these delicious Brander wines?
I think the one word I'd choose is devoted, or devotion to the craft. To be honest, it's fairly easy to get interested in wine. It's an alcoholic beverage. It's fun to drink. It's usually you're surrounded by great friends and great times. But there's a lot of hard work behind it, long hours, early mornings, late nights, and you want to capture the vintage, you want to capture the vineyard, you want to capture the varietal, and
so you mean you just can't stop at 5 o'clock and say, you know what, I'm feeling tired today.
Let's take a little break here.
Yeah, you have to be devoted.
You have to. You get one shot at the vintage, and you want to make sure that you give showcase the vineyard and showcase all the hard work that goes into farming a vineyard, all the hard work that goes from a vineyard manager to the vineyard crews. And
Brander must have been doing something right, because you were telling me that this year will be this wine they've been doing since 1977.
That's correct. Yeah.
And so this year will be the 40th anniversary.
This year is Brander's 40th anniversary harvest. The vineyard was planted in 75, and the first crop was harvested in 77. So for this particular bottling, formerly known as the San Ynez Valley AVA Sauvignon Blanc, now known as the Los Olivos District Sauv Blanc, it's the 40th vintage for harvesting those grapes.
Wow, congratulations.
Thanks. It's a big year for us.
That is a big year. We're drinking the next vintage. If you can tell us a little bit, I know if you take a look at these labels, each one is quite different, quite unique. Can you give us a little background on the evolution of Brander through these 40 years? And I think these labels kind of tell a little story about that.
So the Brander story started with one wine, the San Ynez Valley or Los Olivos District Sauv Blanc. Today we're making 11 different Sauvignon Blancs.
Wow, to hear that, 11 different Sauvignon Blancs.
We're pretty proud of each one of them. And
I just have to say also that here at the Los Olivos Wine Merchant and Cafe, we are on our 21st anniversary. And
congratulations.
Thank you. Ever since we've opened our doors and been featuring local wines and watched the local wine scene grow, your Brander Sauvignon Blanc has been our biggest seller.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. The other bottlings of Sauvignon Blanc range because they're from different vineyards or they're blended with other varietals. The second one we have in our table is the Au Naturel 2015. It's a Sauvignon Blanc that's completely estate, so all the grapes are grown on the Brander property. It's 100% stainless steel. We have been practicing biodynamic farming at Brander Vineyard since 2010.
Have you noticed a difference since you've been biodynamic farming?
Earlier mornings to stir up the teas and all the different sprays. The wines tend to taste cleaner. Even the lees and the sediment in the wines taste fresher and cleaner. I don't mind leaving wines on lees for longer periods of time, which also develops a little more texture in the wine, especially with the Au Naturel.
And tell us about this next one.
The Cuvée Natalie is 2015, is a blend of Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, and Pinot Gris.
And we're not tasting that. This Sauvignon Blanc's beautiful. I'm tasting the Au Naturel. But how would you say it differs? I mean, would it be a little sweeter with that Riesling in it, or?
It's a lot more aromatic. It's a little more flowery, but it's still a dry white wine. Definitely a little fruitier. The Riesling aromatics come out. I think the Pinot Gris has something to play in it too. The Riesling and the Pinot Gris come from a vineyard called Kikon in Los Alamos. It's slightly cooler, and the Pinot Gris and the Riesling tend to be a little brighter and fresher. and the Sauvignon Blanc fraction comes from the Brander Vineyard. All stainless steel.
And this is, as far as who it's devoted to, Natalie and, you said Natalie?
Natalie and Nicholas.
And
this
Nicholas.
is named after Fred Brander's late daughter. We do have 2 wines named after his twin kids, Cuvée Natalie and Cuvée Nicholas. The Nicholas is a blend of...
And you have these every year.
We do make them.
That's the blend you
and
have.
the twins were born in 1990. So I believe they started making these wines at that point or soon after. And they're both blends of predominantly Sauvignon Blanc. One's with Pinot Green Riesling, the Cuvée Nicholas, which we don't have here today, is Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. It's a white Bordeaux blend.
Apropos that their twins would be a blend.
Yeah.
2 people.
Exactly.
And this Merlot.
And the Merlot is a 2015 Merlot. Also from the Los Olivos district. It's from
we'll be talking about the Los Olivos district in our next little vignette that we have.
All right.
So stay tuned about the Los Olivos district. Yeah, very exciting.
Los Olivos district Merlot comes from a vineyard down by south of Brander by the river, a vineyard called Mesa Verde. We're pretty proud of it. There's a lot of red fruit to it. Cherry, strawberry. It's really fresh red wine, easy to drink, wine by the glass.
All 4 of these wines will be offered by the glass for the month of October. So we'll be doing a tasting flight of all 4 of those. So if you'd like to come in and experience the lineup of these Brander wines and see which ones you like, and if you like them and you'd like to take some home, we'll also be selling them for the month of October only for 20% off. You can either buy them from us online or you can come in the store and purchase them here. Also, Fabian is going to be with us as our final Friday featured winemaker. He'll be mingling with guests, and you'll get to meet him in person if you'd like to. Just make a dinner reservation, no cost for the event, and Fabian will be pouring his wines. Specials that night will be paired with them, and you'll get to meet Fabian in person and ask him any questions you might have.
Fun night.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.